So this episode was recorded a week before 9.0.5. Just a heads up since I talk about it a lot.
I still haven't opened my monk's box, actually. Yeah, I got a 220 in this. I mean, of course the Embracers. What a huge upgrade, but it's crit verse, I'll take it. Yeah, it's 210 crit mastery helmet, which is a legendary slot. I mean, I'll take that. I'm fine with that.
Alright, it's Sunday evening, and we haven't actually done anything on the monk so far. We have the Spire's key. We'll probably get something going with that. Bad news in terms of Windwalker basically nerfs next week, so our damage will be substantially lower and we might even change covenants. Though I'm pretty sure they fixed all the Kyrian problems, so maybe not. Let's try to find a 10 to get into. Let's be honest, the common theme of this series is that I don't get invited to stuff and I make my own group. Yeah, we would be kidding ourselves if we thought we were getting into any of these keys, so instead I'm gonna go do some old quests and Revendreth, and then we'll list our own key. Since I'm walking around doing world content anyways, I decided to queue for more dungeons though. Let's be honest, it doesn't look so good. We're not getting invited, we're just gonna do the world boss now. We'll start the group for my 9 spires. I was just making weak auras and the shaman just whispers me, do you know any of those people? I feel like I'm getting baited. But I mean, you know, we take chances here. He didn't even ask if the tank was okay with doing the 9. He just invites me. It's bursting, so diffuse magic is definitely more of the play than dampen harm. Especially now with bursting being dispellable. I'd love to get the necklace from this place. These guys are bragging about how big their DPS and how good their tank was, but as far as I'm seeing, they only have 12 as the highest for the tank. And everyone else has only done a 10, which, I mean, I've done a 10 in time, so what's so different about me? I think it's just some casual group of friends that does Mythic Plus. My goal for this dungeon is to beat them. I want to be the highest DPS in this group. I hate these save macros, they're just clogging up everything. It's nice so far, very nice. There's no prideful. I'm not gonna have cooldowns for the boss, but I'm not too worried about that. It's a fortified week. If the boss lasts a decent amount of time, then maybe. But I figure CA is up. He just used Ascendance. We're not gonna really need to do damage here. I'll just be a touch of death bot at the end of the fight. We might get a little bit of usage of cooldown, but I'm not sure it's worth. Let's hope he pulls both, because if he pulls both, then my decision to hold was completely validated. He's not only not pulling both, but he's also dying to only 3 of them. I hope we're not going just right all the way. We are. I don't like it. Not a fan, but looks like that's the way we're gonna pull this. I'm actually the only Kyrian. Tank is Night Fae, Venthyr Shaman, Night Fae Druid, of course. Venthyr Holy Priest. Oh, it's a Disc Priest. Oh. Infused Weapon does so much damage. I'd rather Bursting get extended because I touch a death there than the Internal Strife go off. Internal Strife is, like, awful. I think I'm just holding for boss at this point. I'd love to do my cooldowns in the next pack, especially with the damage buff, but I just don't think we're gonna do well on the boss with this many melee. Definitely using Spear on this pack. Looks like we're using Convoke without CA here. I mean, once the squad leader's dead, this pack is not that bad. The Convoke definitely made that pack much easier. We just lust and blow this boss up. He has no Convoke, so he's not going to do monster damage, but he's still a boom can. And also, I'm a Windwalker, so I don't really know why he didn't lust here. I really don't appreciate this tank making the fight harder for everyone. The champion is skulled, so people are focusing the champion. It needs to be on the squad leader. It doesn't have cooldowns for this pack either. It was okay to not have cooldowns for the first one because we just didn't need it. We had the spear. I asked why we didn't lust and they say big guy. I'm not sure what that means. I should have looked at percent. I should have used my cooldowns at the end of that pull. Because we're skipping everything here. That's an entire missed usage of cooldowns, because I'm not popping cooldowns in the start of that boss. Oh, kill this pack. Oh, cool. That's actually perfect. Didn't exactly do my cooldowns well. I had aggro on a lot of stuff. Wait, we don't need that. Wait, why did we kill that? We don't need that for percent. We actually did not need that at all. We're gonna be really over now. But I mean, it makes my cooldowns line up better. Someone needs to go and BRS them. We're just going straight in. And lust on pull. I get PI. I don't even have my cooldowns, man. We lust and PI me. I'm bad at this game. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I hate being melee. I'm so scared. This tank is tanking it so bad. Move! Please! My god, let me be behind the boss. Thank you. Oh, I should have bought my cooldowns earlier. Like, a lot earlier. I still did damage, but like, I didn't get usage of like half my cooldowns. I didn't expect us to one phase it that fast. I got a 9 spires last week too. I'm not really doing much for IO. I need a minute to let my dog in. Do we save cooldowns for the hardest one? Or do we save, or just pop cooldowns on cooldown? That is the eternal struggle. Tanks who tank like this are the actual worst types of people. This tank hasn't even been that bad. It's just like he tanks just like an inexperienced player. Like he just doesn't care about mechanics or just doesn't know about them. Then again, the last time I tanked on this character, I ran into 3 packs. We're tanking on top of one. I don't use my defensive enough on Windwalker. Alright, well, I think probably using cooldowns on the second one was kind of big feed, but now I get an extra set of cooldowns. Easy. Yeah, PI. Playing with pug healers and they just give me PI randomly is just so funny. Alright, I'm gonna drop Transcendence here and then go out to the edges. Nice. I smashed them. I won in the overall. Hall's 11. They want to do the halls, I'm down. They're not like the best players ever, but it's definitely better than that 10. Though based on that dog's pull, I feel like a little bit weird about this tank. This guy's flexing his heroic weapons. I say Pally struggles with bursting unless they run Beacon of Virtue. This guy legit just says, "Ew, glimmer," as soon as the guy joins. The heck, this guy has a better shield than my paladin. It's not fair. The real question is this guy Venthyr? Or is he Kyrian? I mean, I expect him to be Kyrian, but I hope he's Venthyr just so that we can just get the gargoyles without that being a problem. Holy Prism's a weird one though. Every week I go to play my monk and I forget how much I actually really love monk. Oh yeah, the shaman's Venthyr. Okay, that was interesting. We do have Prideful in this queue. Bro, what are you doing? Oh. Something tells me this tank doesn't do Prideful often. Sucks that I popped my cooldowns there though. Based on that, I'm not sure that the tank is gonna remember any Pridefuls at all. I should have. That's actually kind of my fault. Even though the healer should have dispelled me, it's my fault for not using diffuse magic. So lame. This is the pull that everyone regrets. Save Touch of Death for this Prideful, because I definitely think Pridefuls are going to be hard for this group. I want to use cooldowns here, but I haven't had my dumb trinket up this entire time. God. What do I do? I can't melee. Why do tanks tank it like this? He needs to not pull again. Was that me? I actually have no idea if that was me. I was typing. We got more. We're oofing this. You really need to look up routes. Yeah. That's mean. Healer players really are the most toxic people. The shaman's just chilling up there. So if I assume that he listens to me and gets pride after or before this boss, we can pop cooldowns. If I assume he doesn't listen to me, then we just wasted cooldowns and we're not gonna have it for boss. That's perfect. So now should have pride. Except I don't think this is enough. Bye. Why do people think it's okay to move this much with Prideful? I know I've only done 2 keys with Prideful, but I feel like the fact that it's a common occurrence is crazy. Now I'm gonna blast this boss. This boss is out of this, like, timeline. What are you doing? That's so rough. I have no poison on. I'm so dumb, dude. I'm rooting them. Monk utility. I use disable. Okay, saw that coming. This healer is upset. It's definitely not timed, but I'm okay with that. The healer is in combat. I applied my poison. This isn't going too well. I'm like really afraid this healer might leave. He's standing still. I think this pull might kill this group. We wiped on this pull for a while, and eventually they just kited the low health mobs all the way back to where we spawn and we just finished it up. Kind of a silly way to get past that pack.
Meddle all you like, mortals. You only delay the inevitable.
We don't need pride, just presses it after that. Let's hope that we soak well. Let's hope I get something. Conduit. That's fine with me. Well, that's the weekly done. At least a key, not, you know, not as many as I'd like or something. I kind of felt a little bad for the tank in this dungeon because he was kind of getting the brunt of the flame, which made me kind of explain how he can get better with what resources, and explain to him that he wasn't even the only one that made big mistakes. He's just a tank, so everyone notices his big mistakes. I feel like I'm usually pretty mean to tanks, and I kind of feel bad about that, but eventually people need to play tank because there are not enough tanks in this world. So if he quits tank because people are mean to him, that kind of sucks.
You have my attention.
Almost caught up on Renown and my monk. I think it's a waste of computer space to record myself doing Torghast, so I'm literally just going to not. So yeah, I have the roll thing now. I'm just gonna like let it wear off and see if I log off and log back on, I just get it again. I'm really curious if this is just a bug.
What's the wording on it? For 30 seconds after you activate this power, or when you change floors in Torghast. God. If it just like kicks me out of the Torghast, that'd be very funny. That would suck, but it would be funny. Yeah, I have wow. Alright, well, I found a bug. I don't think they're fixing that Windwalker bug. I've been forgetting to get the legendary quest every single week for opening the vault. I just got it now. Or now that I know I'm not going to be swapping to Necrolord, collecting souls is something I should probably do. Easier to blame other people.